Welcome to Flashback Friday, a special edition of the Dysfunction Junkies podcast, where we may not have seen it all, but we've seen enough. And now, here are your hosts, Chrissy and Carrie.
Hi, Junkies. I'm Carrie.
Chrissy.
It's Flashback Friday.
Flashback Friday. Yay! Let's do our Flashback Friday day.
Yeah. So Easter was this past week on Sunday. And so we are flashing back to Easter of last year, our Easter episode. So this is season 1. I think it was episode 26. We talked about Easter. And I remember sharing that when I was like 12 at Easter was the first time I was allowed to wear pantyhose. So that's one of the memories we talk about. Chrissy, what do you remember talking about?
Well, I'm sure when you mentioned that was the first time you were allowed to wear pantyhose, we probably also touched on the fact that pantyhose is like a dirty word now. Young girls don't wear them. In fact, I don't even know what to do because we don't wear them. So I just opt to wear like a summer skirt type thing that is acceptable or slacks. What am I supposed to do?
I can't remember the last time I bought nylons, pantyhose, tights, whatever you want to call them. It's probably been it was probably my wedding. Probably 20 some years ago. So,
okay. The pantyhose thing. I used to like wearing tights too, but no, at Easter, it was, I think we touched on the fact that it was all about the dress for us when we were younger.
Yes.
You really look forward to getting a pretty dress for Easter Sunday.
Yep.
It was when you were first allowed to wear white shoes.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes, it was. Even if it was snowing out, it was technically you were wearing those white shoes.
Right. And I think we talked about cuisine.
Yes.
And I'm guessing you had turkey.
Always.
Because that's what you said you had for
every holiday
event. And we generally have ham.
Yeah.
And I think we did also talk about kibasi again, your favorite.
Yeah.
And that I used to have it cold. And it was a really good cold kibasi. I don't know how to explain it, but it was good.
It was amazing.
Everything was cold. It was for breakfast. When we had our food later, it was warm stuff. But
I don't know why.
We talked about the fellow loan.
Yeah.
The fellow loan thing, which one of our listeners, Jason, was able to locate that this was not just something I was making up. It is a Pittsburgh area type of thing Italian families do. I think they call it falone.
Yeah.
But he found a YouTube video of a family making this, and it was the exact recipe.
That's awesome.
So
thank you, Jason.
I'm glad I was validated that I was not crazy.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think it was a fun episode. It's fun to listen to for spring in general.
Yep.
So I'm sure everybody will enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Hello, Junkies. Welcome back. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Chrissy.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yes, happy bunny, happy Easter.
Here comes Peter Cottontail. He
already came.
Yes, he already came this weekend. Chrissy, how'd it go at your house?
Oh, just wonderful, I guess. Too much chocolate, too many jelly beans. Pretty typical.
What was your family traditions for Easter in your house growing up?
Well, you had to find a good dress.
Yes.
That was important to have a sort of a big deal. Well, for me, because I like dresses, and you wanted one that really screamed spring.
Yes.
So I always was on the lookout for something that had lovely flowers on it. And of course was, flattering.
Yes.
As always, you would hope to find something like that. But the dress was always nice, and anybody follows the old rules or some rules. I don't know if this is everybody else's rules, but you couldn't wear white.
That's right.
Until
white shoes.
Easter.
Yep.
And that was your go ahead to do that.
Yep.
And no, to be honest, really Easter was especially when I was little, wonderful, and probably even like into my late teens and early 20s, just like really a almost as equal, if not equal, to sort of like the preparation and happiness of Christmas.
Oh,
Generally liked it, liked being with the family, liked the traditions of it with coloring Easter eggs and the decorations, and the family meal was always good. So, yeah, I have quite a bit of a fond memory. Not as much drama for Easter either.
Correct. Yes.
For whatever reason, I guess maybe there's not as much at stake with Easter. Not gifts and a Christmas tree. You just have a basket and candies usually.
Less people. That's what it was in our household. We always had a lot of people at Thanksgiving, usually also at Christmas. But by Easter, it was more just the immediate, intimate family. So you didn't have as much extended family. So it was calmer, quieter. And the fact that it was spring and you weren't stuck inside with the snow and everything, that was also a good thing.
That's actually a really good point. I didn't think of that. But you could actually, as long as it was halfway decent, could sort of run away to the outer part of the world and not stay inside.
And, the dress thing was definitely a thing, too, because, again, as I mentioned before, didn't have a lot of money. And so in our family, that was the 2 times a year that we would go shopping for clothes. We would go shopping in late August for school clothes and or winter clothes. And then we would shop right around Easter to get a summer dress or Easter dress. You might pick up some summer clothes. So that was always fun. It was always much funner to go shopping for the Easter dresses and summer clothes than it was for school clothes. But I remember the dress was a big thing. And the white shoes, exactly. You weren't allowed to wear white shoes until after Easter, and then you couldn't wear them past Labor Day.
Yeah, I understand that. And people have made many running jokes and funny skits about not being allowed to wear white after Labor Day.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But usually way before Labor Day, kind of got over the white thing.
Yeah.
Because summer, being a kid outside and just getting dirty, probably didn't want to wear much white anyhow. Yeah. So that was never a rule that really affected me.
The one Easter that always stands out in my mind, I must have been in 6th grade, I think. So I don't know, what's that put you at? 11 or something? 12? Yeah. That was the year I was allowed to start wearing pantyhose. Because I remember, and it was also the year I was allowed to get a shoe with a heel. Like, it was always flats before then, but at that point, I was considered like getting to be a teenager or getting to be a young woman. So I was allowed to wear pantyhose and a shoe with a heel. And mind you, it was barely a heel, but it was a heel. It was lifted. And I remember that Easter. In fact, I probably could find the picture of that where I was, I had my dress on and I had my heels and my pantyhose. I was rocking it.
Yeah. I find that interesting because pantyhose is like a sin now.
I know.
And what kills me is that especially so in the summer and spring probably, and maybe some parts of fall, I can understand being able to wear a nice dress and some appropriate sandals.
Yeah.
But in winter, when you want to wear a dress and to wear shoes without some sort of help with your feet, I can't stand the way a certain shoe. Some people just wear sandals in the winter. Okay. I couldn't. I can't. To let your little toes out there. But pantyhose is interesting how offensive it seems to have become.
I hate pantyhose.
And you can age people, which makes me feel really horrible.
Do you still wear pantyhose?
No, you can't. My God. It's like,
but you're saying you would if you could?
Well, in winter, when you want to wear a certain type of heel, I can't. No, but I don't. I don't. But what's wrong? Pantyhose.
I stopped wearing pantyhose probably by the time, I don't know, nylons, pantyhose, whatever you want to call them. Well, I tell you when it was. It was when I moved out west. So I would have just been about 28. That's when I stopped because out west, first of all, everyone's tan all year round, so you don't need them.
Right.
But even moving back here, no. I don't even own a pair. Nope. Well, and I'll wear a dress without hose in the wintertime.
What kind of shoes are you wearing?
My Crocs.
Oh, well, I don't have Crocs. That's a whole other. That shoe I don't understand.
There's fancy Crocs. I have a pair of Crocs that you probably wouldn't even know that they were Crocs, but they're like a shoe.
I need to see these because I need to be.
There's like a ballerina shoe almost, like a little slip-on flat shoe.
Are your toes out?
No.
Do they have little puncture holes in them like Crocs do?
No. Yeah. And I also have Croc clogs that are like a clog and it's actually got a liner in it, and I wear those in the wintertime.
Jesus, I didn't know all this stuff existed with the Croc world.
I love my Crocs.
Okay.
Croc boots, Croc barn boots.
I need you to help
Crocs
me
in the
learn.
house, Crocs outside. Crocs.
I need to be understanding this. I'm glad we've talked about this. Okay, show's over. I got to get to my Croc education class. No, I'm glad. Now I'm going to be, and my daughter will probably love that because she's had her pair, and with kids especially. But I know I've seen everybody wearing these. It's not just kids. It's adults. It's everybody.
I even have Jim, farm boy Jim, wearing Crocs when we go on vacation. He doesn't wear them any other time.
I was going to say, I've never seen this.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to imagine.
When we go on vacation, we go to the Caribbean. He Crocs all the way.
Well,
because the sand that wipes out easier.
I gotcha. Or just park your car really close to the ocean and wash your feet out in the ocean, and then send your car off to sea like my father did. That solves that problem.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Easter baskets. Big question.
Easter baskets.
Did the Easter Bunny hide your baskets, or did they just appear on the counter full?
No, they just appeared on the dining table or the kitchen table.
You never had to search for your Easter basket?
No. This is a current phenomenon that I had to, not with the basket, but with like finding eggs or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Please understand that would have required effort on the part of my parents. That I never ever had to look.
You're so true.
Now I'm hoping that maybe it was because a little bit of laziness on their part. I hope they weren't thinking that I was just so goddamn stupid I wouldn't find anything.
Chrissy.
No,
they
knew I was smart.
They knew you were smart.
Yeah,
right.
No, they just didn't want to do it. They didn't want to waste time with that. That would have taken time. Good Lord, why you had to find your Easter basket?
Amen. Every year had to find the basket, and to this day I still make my husband, my 30-something-year-old son, if they happen to be around at Easter, everybody, doesn't matter age, it's still, you have to find your Easter basket.
The whole basket?
The whole basket.
I could see looking for eggs, but
nope, whole basket. Whole
thing.
Do
you also have to find the stuff that's supposed to be in the basket?
No, the basket's full.
Oh.
But it's got all the goodies and stuff in it, but you got to find your basket. The whole thing is hidden.
And where are some of the favorite places the Easter Bunny hides your whole basket?
The laundry machine, the dirty clothes hamper.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Are there dirty clothes? Everything's wrapped. Everything's
all wrapped. Yeah, it's wrapped in cellophane so that all the stuff doesn't fall out.
Oh, there's another thing I never got. You wrap your baskets in cellophane. Yeah, somebody else took more time to do something that I never got.
Yeah, the oven. Sometimes you had to go outside, and it might be in the barn. It might. You never knew. Might be under the rug.
This sounds very time consuming.
Yes, there have been many an Easter that it was late in the afternoon before one found their Easter basket because it was.
Well, that would have just caused hostility on my part.
I would have thought your parents would have liked it because it would have kept you engaged for hours.
They knew I was unless they hid the TV, they knew that would have been a problem. But basket, I'd just been like, look, I'm just gonna watch this program. You let me know when the basket's there. I'm not gonna bother you, but
Were your Easter baskets just full of candy, or did they have toys?
Okay, so my husband and I have had this conversation many times because we have kids and the idea of what you get at Easter time has changed a little bit. Mine, and I'm guessing for my husband too, was candy first and foremost.
Candy.
And then usually when I was young, you got some sort of Easter themed stuffed animal.
Oh, okay.
Little bunny or something fun like that. And then maybe like silly putty.
Oh.
I do remember getting silly putty a lot. Not Play-Doh.
Right.
I didn't have Play-Doh when I was little.
No,
I
didn't
can recall. But silly putty I did remember getting. And maybe my husband had mentioned like coloring books or what else?
A paddle ball. I always got a paddle
ball.
Paddle ball.
The paddle ball. Yes, things like that. Yeah. But
no, ours was purely candy.
All candy. Candy. Not even the silly putty or
I don't ever remember getting any kind of trinket toys or Cracker Jack toys or anything like that. No, it was all candy.
Mm-hmm.
Pure candy.
I got a puzzle a couple times.
A puzzle. Wow.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, like there's like big toys when you go to the stores and stuff. Oh, DJ Nick's pointing at Chrissy. Do you give big toys in your Easter baskets for your kids?
Our kids.
Yeah, for your kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually get, and I'm more than happy to share these. I have wonderful pictures. The other thing too, just to give credit to it, is, our Easter baskets were usually the kind that were just sort of purchased at the store. My sister, who passed away, was very crafty. I mean, to say crafty is actually an insult to her. She was very talented at making. She was a floral designer for years, a photographer. She created many beautiful things. And the one thing she did for my kids that I hold dear and will never get rid of is she made their Easter baskets, and they're beautiful. I'll be happy to share a picture of the basket she created. And the material that she used to create these baskets, they don't make anymore.
Really?
It's got a name, and I can't remember the name of it. I forgot. It may come to me. So those are very important to our family, and those get displayed.
But your baskets growing up you didn't have like a basket. You just it was whatever was purchased at the store.
I think it was probably one of those more lower, something that was meant to not be kept.
Okay.
A disposable type basket.
Yeah, right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, my dad wasn't going to keep that stuff. It had its purpose of holding candy and those little crappy toys in it, and then it was done.
I still have my Easter basket from when I was a child.
Oh, you had the same one every year?
Same one every year. Yep, still have it. And I'm wondering if the material is the material you were talking about that your sister used, was it actually like a basket material, like a raftan or something? I'm trying to think of the name, but or was it a cloth?
Well, actually, the baskets were bunnies. She was able to take a basket and then create, it appears to be a bunny sitting with his feet.
Aww.
And then it looks like his little paws are holding onto the thing, and his head with the ears.
Oh, that's precious.
They're beautiful. And I would normally buy the ribbon that would go around the bunny's neck.
Yeah.
And so each one of my kids
has one
specifically for them.
Oh, that's great that each of your kids got one from her.
Yes.
That's nice.
It's she made some other things for the kids. My oldest, there was a stuffed animal that my daughter liked very much that they didn't sell. It was from a show that my daughter watched frequently, but there was no stuffed animal of this.
No stuffy for it.
Not at the time.
So she made one.
And she made one.
Oh, how sweet.
And we still have that.
Cool.
These are things I will not ever part with. You think, oh, well, that doesn't say much, but
no,
believe me.
That means a lot.
And they are put different place than everything else.
Of course.
No, that's amazing. You had the same basket.
I still have the same basket.
And you still have it.
I still have it.
Now, see, you kept something.
I did.
You're busted. You kept something.
I don't have a whole basement, though.
Okay.
Which I have to give DJ Nick some credit, because DJ Nick's been doing some cleaning, and we were talking a few episodes ago about, cleaning up and everything, and we talked about this. So yeah, I've noticed a big difference in the studio area today. So good job, DJ Nick, and good job, Chrissy, for letting him do it.
The only way I let him do it was I tried not to be anywhere around.
Well, I'm proud of you. Good job.
I did question what was and he's smart. He comes down here with black. You can't see in the bag.
Black bags.
They're black bags.
Good, smart move.
And
DJ
I'm
Nick.
like, and so then I start touching, and then I try to stop myself, because then I'm like imagining what's in this bag. It's going to go.
Just walk away.
It's gonna go. I do.
Walk away.
I'm getting better.
Good.
Better. So yeah, no, I don't have anything like that from my childhood, which I love hearing that you do. Though.
I do.
That does
I
make
do
me
have.
feel...
I do have some nostalgia things like that I've kept and everything. I just don't keep a lot of knickknacks, I guess you can say.
Right.
But there are some nostalgia things, yes. And my Easter basket as a child is one. So, yeah.
Well,
but I still use it. And for Easter, Jim had to find his basket. So.
Oh, did you?
I do. I make him. He gets some. He acts like he doesn't like it and all annoyed and everything. But I know the little kid.
And
in
if
him.
you didn't do it, he'd be bothered.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. No, Nick and I never did the basket thing. It was. I don't know that we ever exchanged anything for Easter. Just enjoyed the day together.
Yeah.
Once we had kids, then it was about making their day for them. Yeah. No. And I do like decorating for Easter. Now, granted, I don't do a lot outside. I think a couple years I did try to do the thing where you hang the eggs on the trees and you put like the inflatable bunnies out there. But if you know anything,
you had an inflatable bunny.
A couple, yeah. I used to go. Anything.
So the inflatables don't matter. All right, wait.
Oh, okay. Wait. When I say inflatable, though, these are like old school. This predates these new inflatables.
Oh, okay.
They're really actually when I say this, they're crappy. compared to what they have now. Theirs are like, they're almost like a swimming pool like a blow up.
Oh, it's not with the constant air and the little machine and everything.
Oh, no. You blow it up like a beach ball, basically. And then you have to tie it to something because it's going to float away. It probably stands about, I don't know, like 2-3 feet at the most. Yeah, and they come in colors.
Chrissy, you're showing your height here because you're saying 2 or 3 feet and you're putting your hand out at a 4-foot level.
Well, yeah. No, it's probably lower. But yeah, they smell like pool liner. If anybody had a swimming pool, a pool with a liner in it.
Well, the weather's so unpredictable this time of year. So to put decorations out at this time of year, you don't know what's going to happen to it because we have the wind's
going to blow them away. That's why I don't do anything. I have anxiety over it because I can hear the wind out there, and I just imagine all the stuff just gone, blown away.
I know.
So, but inside, yes, I do have a lot of little themed things that I put out that light up, that are pretty things. And again, with my sister who passed away, we enjoyed crafts together for most of my life with her. I appreciate that she gave me that. And we would paint. I have a lovely statues and little eggs, ceramic type things.
Oh, wow.
That we painted and did together. And those are also prized possessions of mine that I do put out at Easter. So
it sounds like Easter was definitely less family dysfunction. You have a lot more good memories. From all the times we've talked about holidays and family and stuff, this is the most I've seen where you have you can see a smile on your face.
I don't remember a lot of drama for Easter. I mean, and I know because I'm not very religious, but we did go to Easter Sunday Mass. So I guess we were one of those types who all of a sudden...
you were a poinsettia and a lily? You only went to Christmas and Easter?
Well, just Lily. We didn't even really bad. And it was usually my sister who passed away and her husband belonged to a Catholic church that my brother-in-law had grown up in and was a member of for a long time. It's where they got married. And actually, my oldest daughter was baptized at that church because they were my daughter's godparents.
Mm-hmm.
So we would normally, my mom and I, and then probably Nick, even though we were not married at that church, the family went there because my niece and nephew went there.
So you would go to Easter Sunday.
Yes.
On Sunday, not the Easter Vigil.
I never even knew there was such a thing, but my husband helped introduce me to this Mass, which, if anybody's making a point to go to this every year, are there people who actually that's the Mass they want to go to?
Oh, my mom every year she had to go because you have to understand that it's not just. All right, a little Catholic education here, and I'm probably going to mutilate it, and my good Catholic sister will probably scold me after this episode for probably not getting it right. But Maundy, Thursday, Holy Friday, or Good Friday, and Easter Vigil Saturday is really like one long Mass. Like, it's not 3 different Masses. It's all kind of part 1, part 2, part 3.
Oh, no, we got the
series.
The installments again.
Yes.
Oh, right.
The Saturday Mass is several hours long. And so my mom would always want to go to that one. And at the time when we were taking her to her parish, before she was living with us, when she was still living at her house but couldn't drive, it was always like a crapshoot on who was going to draw the short straw that would have to take her to that because it was so long. And the priest at that particular church, she really liked him and everything, but he's a little wordy, so it made it extra long. So it was always like, oh, who drew the short straw? I had to go to that. It's long. It's hours long.
Yeah, that's the one and only time I went to it. And it's because my husband became Catholic prior to us getting married.
Oh,
he was
how
not
sweet.
Catholic. Yeah, I mean, it is sweet.
Did you know what you were getting into when you went to that service, that it was going to be 3 hours long?
No. I never went again. And what's funny is this is over 33 years ago that this occurred. And I still can't get over the hostility I feel about the length of that Mass. Probably that's when I said, you know what, I probably don't ever have to go to church again.
You went. That was you're good for life.
I filled my time in that one. That is just.
It was long. Yes.
It's
wonderful traditions, and it's a lot. But I hear you. It can be a long Mass. So
that's torture. There's nothing else I can say. I'm sorry. It for somebody who has a hard time just sitting, if you're strong in your faith and you love being, you're Catholic and you have that in your heart, and that's wonderful. Right. And I know there are many people that is their thing. Then I can understand why that has so much value to you.
Exactly.
I'm a horrible human being.
Oh, Chrissy.
I don't have that kind of faith. I don't feel strongly about any religion.
You wouldn't probably even sit through a movie that was 3 hours long.
Of course I would. I saw Titanic. I saw Titanic in the theater 8 times.
Well, okay. I thought I had you.
Didn't we talk?
I was trying to help you with that one.
No, I'm not looking for a pass because like I said, I scheduled my appointment in hell. So at this point, there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, Chrissy.
But hey, no, yeah, that's a tough mass.
So what did you guys eat on Easter?
Well, because we went to mass with my brother-in-law's family, and their parish was a lot of the parishes in our area, maybe elsewhere. Again, I don't want to say it's just our area. We're built by neighborhoods and families of a specific ethnicity that were moved into those communities.
Right.
So different sides of town, we had different churches that were, of course, open to anyone who wants to worship. But when you look at their history and traditions, a lot of them are based in different ethnic groups.
Right.
So my brother-in-law was Croatian. So this was a Croatian Catholic church with a lot of Croatian families. So when we would go to mass there, the day before Easter, I believe, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think it was on Good Friday, but they would take their food that they were going to be eating for Easter Sunday and have it blessed. Mm-hmm. So we would have breakfast at the lovely lady, Millie, who used to babysit me for New Year's Eve.
Oh, the one with the tinsel on the TV?
No, that was my aunt's house.
Sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no, Millie didn't obscure
Pizza
my
rolls.
view. Pizza rolls. Yes,
okay,
and Rudolph Shiny New Year. We would have breakfast there with my brother-in-law, his mother, and his side of the family. And we did that for a really long time, and it was kibasi. And what was great about
Why has kibasi come up so much?
Well, and what was great about this kibasi, and I can't express to you how good it was, and I can never duplicate how she was able to do this. I don't know if it was the type of kibasi she bought, but it was generally cold. We ate it cold, or it was room temperature. What are you gagging about? It was really, and I mean, it was awesome. It was so good. And what kills me is it probably sat out. They probably never did anything once it was blessed, because it was blessed. Now it's got this whole thing on it. You can't alter, tamper with it. Nobody ever got sick, Carrie. I swear to God. Nobody ever got sick.
Have chills. Oh,
it was really good. And I've tried to do it. I've bought kibasi. I've made it. I've cooked it in the oven, baked it in the oven. And then I've tried to let it sit out or put it in the fridge to get it cold. I still can't make it the way hers tasted. It was always good. My brother-in-law, if he listens, maybe he can help me out with that. But I'm going to be the only one eating it, because you're passing out over here. And I know he's sitting here holding his tongue, the guy next to me. He don't want to eat that crap.
I'm literally having a physical reaction to that. Like, that literally just sent chills down my spine. The hair, the sweat.
What? Why is somebody opposed to the kibasi? It's so good.
I was just at a little bit of a gag response whenever you just said kibasi, but oh God, I can't even say it.
I can't go any further and say it was good. And then we
had it have sauerkraut with it?
No. It was just, it stood alone with ham. We had ham. And we had ham, and then you had your hard-boiled eggs. I can't remember what other stuff we had. It was just loading up on kibasi, ham, and hard-boiled eggs. Nobody wanted to be around us afterwards. Everybody was rooting and tooting probably after breakfast. I never thought of it. But then when we would go to my mom's then for dinner, my mom and dad's for our Easter dinner, it was ham again. And generally kibasi, but it was cooked and hot, warm or something, I guess. And
did you see the hairs raising on my every time?
I didn't realize this caused such a trauma thing. And it probably had some sort of potato dish, I think, maybe with her, maybe a salad. I'm having a hard time remembering all the. Oh no, I know what we used to have a dish. We could talk again about it when we do another episode about family traditional foods that are specific to certain families. It was called felawone. Don't ask me to spell it. Don't know how to spell it, but basically it's like crust, a breading that you make. It has a specific recipe, and then you fill it with like potatoes and peppers and onions and like Romana cheese, and you bake it. It's really good. And you cut it and you kind of eat it with your hand. You kind of cut it in like pieces. And
for the record, DJ Nick and I are both sitting here gagging and shaking our heads.
It was good. It was good. Well, my brother-in-law, their family, they ate, I guess, what they call blood sausage, which I think is legitimately blood. I didn't eat that. I didn't eat that. But these are European traditions. It's more of the, what would you call that? The more Slavic type areas of Europe. And you had the hard-boiled eggs, of course. And, Easter bread.
Oh, Easter bread
which is fantastic.
And that is one of the things that a lot of the churches in our area do. They will make that Easter bread, and you get the bread a couple days before Easter and stuff. They make it, and then, yes, that is very good.
Some people have different types. My mother's was definitely the traditional type of like Italian Easter bread.
Yeah.
And she used to have to do it with the yeast, and it would have to rise, and she would make it. And
others are lighter. They're like a I want to say like an egg based or something.
Ricotta.
Is that what it is?
I found this recipe, and probably
but
a lot
it's
of people
lighter. It's fluffier. It's not as heavy as the yeast.
No, and you don't have to monkey around with the yeast thing and rising. This one that I make with the ricotta in it tastes just like my mom's.
And you didn't save any leftovers for me though when I was coming this week?
Probably in the freezer. Oh, you're in trouble now. You're going to get fellawone and Easter bread and
next year for Easter.
I'm not going to give you kielbasa. You just throw it at me in horror. But yeah, so those were so you guys had, what did you have?
Turkey.
That's your favorite. Well, I tell you kind of know
previous
what you're
episodes
making.
we talked about our Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter turkey.
Yeah, and then so the decorating,
we didn't decorate.
Dining.
Nope, didn't decorate.
Barely. But we didn't search for things. We didn't have an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Did you?
We didn't have an Easter egg hunt because we hunt for our basket. And the eggs the eggs that we dyed were already in the basket. Okay. So they were in the basket that was hidden. So,
yeah. The Easter egg thing is a control issue for me, and it's tough. Now with the kids, I've gotten better, but I always wanted to be specific to making sure that they were perfect. Like I didn't want them to sit. Once you dye them, sometimes you put them somewhere to dry.
Oh, and you
get that weird ring on them. I didn't want that. So I really liked making sure the eggs were perfect. So dressing nice, having a nice meal, maybe going to church, eating the food that was blessed, and kielbasa that's cold, and specific movies I connect with Easter. Of course,
I can't believe it's taken this long for you to bring the movie reference
Well,
in.
I make it quick because I don't want to keep everybody over Easter long, but because everybody's like probably had enough of it since we're a little bit past it. But great family time, and you're looking forward to spring. I think it's a lovely time for family and stuff. Jesus of Nazareth, of course. I mean, I'm sorry, I already mentioned that once, but even for us non-heavy religious people, I mean,
good movie,
and it's got to be the one from 1977, and it's got to be the what's his name, Fellini. Who did that one? Was it Zeffirelli's Jesus of Nazareth with Robert Powell. Definite. For some reason, I always watch Sound of Music at Easter.
Because that was back in the day whenever it would only come on once a year, and that's when they played it around Easter.
Yeah,
kind of like Wizard of Oz was like around
February?
Christmas. Yeah, it was.
It was in that weird period.
Yeah, it was, and then sometimes it would be right before Christmas. Yeah, but Sound of Music definitely.
Yeah, we used to watch that one, and then there was a couple of the stop action animation ones like Rudolph and everything, but they were Easter ones, and it was Here Comes Peter Cottontail, right, Nick? I don't know. And the Easter Bunny is Coming to Town. Out of those two, everyone, I recommend the Easter Bunny is Coming to Town. It's better. I hated the other one. I know it was Casey Kasem as Peter Cottontail, and then you had Vinnie Price, Mr. Vincent Price, the freaky guy doing Iron Tail, and that freaked me out all the time. And I just remember, like, I would be freaked out that my eggs would turn that color because he was trying to give people those horrible, like, they would look like army green eggs. He was trying to hand those out at Easter.
Never saw it.
I guess, even though it's after Easter,
I never saw it.
You need to sit down, YouTube it, and sit and watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to find it.
I can't believe you didn't watch these.
I didn't watch TV.
I know, but at Easter you didn't watch you watched some of the Christmas stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little bit, but no.
Oh,
Sound of Music was probably about it. Sound of Music.
Yeah. And then there was just a Disney movie for some reason. I don't know why I watched it, but it was fun. It was called The Ugly Dachshund. And it was a Disney movie with Dean Jones. And
it was on TV? Or did you go to the movie theater?
No, this would have been a later phenomenon for me. As an adult, I had access to be able to watch this. And they must have played it on the Disney Channel a lot at spring.
That would have been way not
Suzanne
to me.
Plachette was in it, and they had dachshunds. She was crazy about her dachshunds, and the husband never got a manly dog. And this puppy was basically turned away by his mother when he was born.
Was this a cartoon or like
no,
a
it's
people?
a regular movie, like a
okay.
Disney movie. And
Okay.
the vet talked him into taking on this puppy because the mother didn't want it, and it needed to be nourished. And the dachshund just had puppies and had plenty of milk. And
And
so
it's called the Ugly Dachshund?
Yeah, he sneaks this dog in with the other dachshunds, but here it's a Great Dane. So he like lies to his wife that it's the dog had another puppy, and she's like, it looks funny. It don't look like the other puppies. What the hell's wrong with this dog? And then of course, like in 2 weeks, the dog's like 100 pounds,
and not near as long as a dachshund.
Yeah, but no, it's a good, if you like those kind of fun nostalgic movies, I recommend it.
I feel like one other movie that came out, I want to say it was usually in the spring, was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, I know that's a Dick Van Dyke vehicle.
That one I do remember, and that was a lot of good memories.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Something about it annoyed me. I don't want to watch that. The car.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, love Easter, love Saturdays. I like when Easter runs a little late like it did this year.
Yes.
When we get those Easters in March, it really throws you off.
It does. No, I'm glad that it's late this year, too, because May is just around the corner. It's summer.
Yeah, you don't have to wait much longer for the warmer temperatures. Thank God.
I know. So
I wonder what everybody else's Easter traditions were.
I know.
Did they eat cold kibasi and make Carrie yak?
every time you say that, literally chills. Yes, but
well, you remember I was eating hot dogs and ice cream, so cold kibasi was no problem. If anything, it was a step up.
That's true. That's true. What I want to know is what kind of candy you wanted in your Easter basket. That's what I want to know.
It was a company that was in our not a sponsor.
Yeah,
got a lot of Gorants.
Oh yeah, yes.
And
what are those little? They're tiny little chocolate balls. They're real little sixlets. Sixlets, I think they're called. And they come in like a sleeve, like a little tube, like a little sleeve. And there was different colors, and they were chocolate that they had different colors. But that was always my favorite to get at Easter. And I think they were called sixlets, but I'll have to look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not
but
sure
anyway, so yes, on our Facebook page, we are going to post pictures of Chrissy's cute Christmas or Easter baskets from her sister.
Yes.
And I want to see what kind of candy everybody wanted in there. Are you a white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate?
I milk, but
do you like white chocolate?
No, but we'll eat it when presented with that's
you
the
won't
last
say
thing.
no to it?
I won't say no. No, if I'm going to eat cold kibasi, I'm going to white chocolate. All you got in there? Okay,
I
fine.
love white chocolate.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, I don't mind it, but it's different than definitely. But we'll also post pictures of how I've overdone it for my children over the years, because I always take a picture, just like I do of when Santa's come.
Yeah,
I always take a picture of when the Easter bunnies.
So we'll have to see this year's pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Christmas light in our house for Easter.
Yeah,
Christmas like.
It's very
with
Christmas
a pastel theme.
Yes, spring happiness. Oh, one other thing, real quick. I know we're getting long, but what is up with the Easter bunny at the mall? Do you ever notice why does the Easter bunny have to have an enormous head?
Yeah, I don't know.
That freaks me out.
The eyes on those things always freak me out. They're always like,
if the kids were afraid of sitting on Santa's lap, we used to take our kids at the mall for the pictures, but the Easter bunny, that's a hard sell. How do you explain that to your kids? Santa seems more understandable.
But you've got this human size, oversized bunny with
an enormous head.
And
it's just, because they're in a huge mat.
It doesn't. It's scary. It's a little scary. Yeah, I avoid those.
But the kids go, and you get pictures. So.
And you get the picture of the kid screaming. Oh,
yeah, I mean,
trauma, dysfunction. There
dysfunction.
it is.
You just caused some stress there, but okay.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, we hope everyone had a wonderful Easter and that you have a great spring break, and we'll be back at you next week. But in the meantime, please make sure to hit that subscribe or follow button on however you are listening to us, whether it's Apple iTunes or if it's Amazon or YouTube or iHeartRadio, Spotify. And then also give us a rating. We hope you're enjoying our show. We would love any of those 5-star reviews. Find us on Facebook. Hit us up with your comments, and we will be back with you next week.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Happy belated Easter.
Belated Easter, yes.
Bye-bye.